Hello everyone, Meteorologist Carmelo Lattuca in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Let's take a look at the forecast. We've seen a little bit of rain out there today, some only here in the capital city, a little bit more in other locations, over an inch of rain in Nebraska City, but we're going to take a look at all those rainfall totals in just a moment. As always, we are going to start off with our Lincoln Weather Almanac, and we've seen temperatures a little bit cooler than average. To say is just an understatement, would be putting it just a little bit lightly. 68 degrees for our high temperature, the average high 85 degrees, so we were 17 degrees below normal. The low temperature for today was 64 degrees. The average low is 60 degrees, so we actually started off on a warmer note, though I don't know if anyone would say it was warm out there today. But moving on to precipitation, we saw just over 0.2 of an inch, 0.21 inches of rain. That now puts us at 4.81 inches for the month of August. Now, it's certainly possible we could see a little bit more in the next 4 hours or so, but as it stands right now, 4.81 inches for the month of August. 3.32 inches is the normal for this point in the month, meaning we're running just under an inch and a half above normal for the month again of August. So well above normal precipitation this month. We've seen well below normal precipitation for the year. We just broke the 18-inch precipitation mark earlier today. The normal at this point, though, is closer to 22 inches, so still running nearly 4 inches below normal for the year. Lincoln rainfall specifically, about a tenth, a few hundredths of an inch in some spots, a tenth to 2/10 of an inch in other spots. Not so much rain out there today. The totals have been fairly modest. Over the last 24 hours, rainfall totals have been, not overly high. There have been some locations that have received over an inch of rain. 1.22 inches in Nebraska City, 1.2 inches on the dot in Albion. But we're talking about under an inch of rain in Hebron, under an inch of rain in Fall City, about a half of an inch in Omaha, 0.2 of an inch nearly in Tacoma. So smaller rainfall totals, very hit and miss with those higher amounts. Now, you factor in the last 48 hours, and these numbers are just all over the place. We're talking over 2 inches in Kearney, almost 2.5 inches in Hastings, the highest total on the map, 2.65 inches in Holdridge. Another location that was seeing a lot of rain, Ogallala, almost up to 1.7 inches of rain, but a lot of 1 to 2+ inch totals in central Nebraska. I just think our earlier thinking, especially Thursday and heading into Friday, was that this would be a little bit more in eastern Nebraska, but still, some very beneficial rainfall. Haven't seen too much in terms of flooding concerns. We did see some flood advisories on Friday. Didn't really see any flood advisories out there yesterday or today, so that is some good news. Temperature-wise, lows this morning, upper 40s out in Sydney. For the most part, though, we were in the low to mid-60s, 64 once again here in Lincoln. Cloud cover and all of our sky cams for the most part right now. North Platte, a little bit more sunshine, but cloud cover in O'Neill, the capital city, as well as into Omaha. Our current temperature is 67, both at the airport as well as at the studio. Feel like temperature also 67 degrees, and our dew point is at 64 degrees. Temperatures across town range anywhere from 65 to 67 degrees, so fairly uniform there. Temperatures across the state, mid to upper 60s, some low to mid 70s in southwestern Nebraska, as well as into far western Nebraska locations such as Sidney, Alliance, Scottsbluff, and Chadron between 73 and 75 degrees. They saw a little bit more sunshine out there today compared to the rest of the state. A little humid out there today. It's not hot and humid, but our dew points are certainly in the 60s, 64 degrees once again here in Lincoln, and winds for the most part, out of the east-northeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Not seeing too strong of windy conditions out there today. Rain does continue in portions of central and eastern Nebraska, mainly in eastern Nebraska, generally just along and to the west of I-29. So from Falls City to Nebraska City, Omaha to Tacoma, even up towards South Sioux City, that's where we're seeing the rain. Very hit and miss here in Lincoln so far today. Could see some more as we head into the overnight hours and especially into the day on Monday, but rainfall totals for the most part aren't going to jump much higher than what they're at. Nationally, not seeing any severe weather for the most part, which is really good. No severe thunderstorm warnings at this time. A little unsettled, though, across the heartland of the country as well as into the deep south. Weather alerts moving a little bit closer to home. I think we have one flood advisory in northeastern Kansas. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit more on that. So yes, one flood advisory there. Let me see if I can get some information on that. I believe this is for Marshall County. Yes, Marshall County, that's going to continue until... Oh, it's a flash flood warning. Let me see if we can get some more information on that. Flash flood warning. So let's see. Flash flood warning for southwestern Marshall County and northeastern Kansas at 7:40 p.m. Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area, between 2 and 5 inches of rain falling in just a small area here. No additional rainfall is expected, is from what I'm gathering, but flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin very shortly. Let me see if we can get some towns on the map here as we zoom in a little bit closer. So right around the Blue Rapids area into northeastern Kansas, once again in Marshall County, they've seen multiple inches of rain. I think that was the general concern out there today, and especially as we headed into this Labor Day holiday weekend, where that we were going to see rainfall totals more not so isolated, but a little bit more widespread across the region, especially in central and eastern Nebraska. Fortunately, we didn't see that, but we are still seeing some flooding concerns out there today. Remember, turn around, don't drown. Very important saying, don't want anyone to drive in those flooded roadways. But we could see some more rain out there tonight, and especially into the day tomorrow. Fortunately, no severe weather expected. General thunderstorm outlook today, general thunderstorms out there tomorrow, maybe some thunderstorms as we head into the day on Tuesday. We play out Skycast for the rest of tonight. Rain does continue in eastern Nebraska. Not only that, but it continues overnight tonight and into the day tomorrow. We will start to see gradually decreasing precipitation Monday morning and into Monday afternoon, but it really doesn't exit the area fully until we get into late Monday evening and maybe even early Tuesday morning. Cloud cover, maybe some fog stick around with us on Tuesday early into the morning hours, but we will likely see mostly sunny conditions Tuesday afternoon, just a 20% chance for some rain. Can't rule out some flash flooding. We've already seen that, again, in northeastern Kansas, but flash flooding possible in central and eastern Nebraska. Could see some flash flooding as we go into the day on Monday, central and eastern Nebraska once again. No flash flooding concerns after that. Play out Skycast a little bit closer to home. You're going to see the showers and thunderstorms in eastern Nebraska that will continue. Bands of precipitation slowly making their way down to the south and east, and not ending until we go into late Monday evening. Fog is possible Tuesday morning, mainly sunny conditions Tuesday afternoon, small rain chance once again. We go into our Monday morning low temperatures, 50s out to the west, low 60s off into the east, a little cooler than what we saw Saturday and Sunday morning. And then we'll drop down into only climb up, into the mid to upper 60s as we go into Monday afternoon. Maybe only as high as 63 in Nebraska City, 66 in Lincoln, upper 70s to mid 80s out into the west. We'll then drop into the 50s as we go into Tuesday morning, so cooler temperatures there. And then Tuesday afternoon will be quite nice, at least compared to what we saw this weekend. Mid to upper 70s in central and eastern Nebraska. Could be nearing 90 degrees out into the west, though. Plenty of sunshine out there. We'll drop down into the 50s once again Wednesday morning, but only climb up into the 60s and 70s Wednesday afternoon. Some spots in the 80s, but a cold front moves through late Tuesday into early Wednesday. It's going to knock down our temperatures just a little bit. Lows Thursday morning, this could be some of the chilliest air we've seen so far this season. We are talking about low 40s to the north, mid to upper 40s to the south, well below average for this time of year. And then Thursday afternoon, low 70s to the east, 80s off into the west. For your 7-day forecast, outside of tomorrow, we should generally be in the low to mid 70s. Plenty of sunshine Thursday through next Sunday. Home opener looks really good right now. We hope it stays the same way with a temperature of 75 degrees. In terms of our high temperatures across the state, it looks to be the coolest Monday, and especially as we head into the day, it looks like to be on Friday with upper 60s to mid 70s. Warmest days look to probably not, for at least around the entire state, probably holding off until September 8th through September 10th, where we get in the mid 70s to the low 80s. Dew points will remain in the 50s and 60s through Wednesday, much drier air heading into Friday and Saturday, and then maybe a little bit more humid as we head into the following Tuesday. And then rainfall chances highest once again out there tomorrow, dropping down Tuesday, picking up again on Wednesday in central and eastern Nebraska, and then we should be quiet for the most part after that. Only small rain chances continue from there. Here's something we haven't seen in quite some time. Above average temperatures now projected between the 8 to 14 day outlook. This is September 8th through September 14th. Now, the average high during this time is 81 to 83 degrees. This could likely mean we'd be in the mid to upper 80s. Won't even rule out 90 at this point. I think we've seen, if it is an early end to the 90-degree temperatures, it's one of the earliest we've ever seen, so it's highly unlikely we've seen our last 90-degree day. Could it be in the middle of September? Certainly possible at this point. Only time will tell. And precipitation looks to be a little bit more active, especially in central, northern, and western Nebraska during the same time frame, but the entire state at least has the chance to see above normal rainfall. That's basically it for the forecast as we head into the 8 to 14 day outlooks, but rain is possible once again out there tonight. It was actually very likely out there tonight and into the day tomorrow, with decreasing chances throughout the afternoon and especially into the evening hours. Make sure to stay tuned, though, for that nicer week ahead, and stay tuned to the forecast, 10-11 news at 10. I'll have the latest model details, latest chances for rain, and what we can expect once again for this upcoming week. Have a great night, everyone.